out, you'll see to the left the award-winning Trencher's Seafood Restaurant, one of many establishments in the town where you can enjoy the taste of fresh fish.
Trenches.
New Quay Road, which we're turning into, dates from the 1920s, when the old timber riverside quays were demolished. Ahead on your left, the Angel Hotel, now owned by Wetherspoons, was once a coaching inn on the long journey to London. The Royal Mail coach to York operated from the Angel since its inception in 1795. It was also entrepreneur George Hudson and the inventor George Stephenson met to discuss bringing the railways to Whitby. On the right is Whitby's Swing Bridge, which was opened in July 1909. Although a bridge has linked both sides of the town and this side for centuries, there wasn't a swing bridge here until 1835. The 1835 bridge finally had to be replaced by the present one because it didn't give enough clearance for many of the larger steel ships being built upriver in the late 19th century. We are now on St Anne's Staith. Staith is the Norse word for harbour. St Anne's Lane, which runs between St Anne's Staith and the end of Flowergate, was formerly called Hell's Lane, probably because of its steepness. On the other side of the river, over to the right, is Whitby's lifeboat station. And if nobody is in trouble out at sea, you'll be able to see the orange lifeboat moored just beneath it.
Are you booked? Ah, the boat.
On the left, as we turn into the narrow Hagger's Gate, look out for the large Georgian mansion built in 1817 for the Reynolds family. Like many of the houses around here, it was built on a sandbank supported by piles. It became the Mission to Seamen in 1877. Ahead on the left, the building with the large bay windows is the popular Magpie Cafe. Built in 1750 as a merchant's house, it was later used as a pilot's office. The pilot would have had an excellent view of any activity in the harbour and on the River Esk. On the left is the Lifeboat Museum, in a building which served as a double boathouse for the RNLI between 1895 and 1957. The museum now houses the last rowing lifeboat used in the British Isles, the Robert and Ellen Robson. This was used in many rescues. We will soon be reaching our next stop, where we take a short break. You can here. Cook's connection with Whitby doesn't end there. His four famous ships, the Endeavour, the Resolution, the Discovery and the Adventure, were all built in the then thriving shipyards of Whitby, owned by Thomas Fishburne. Coke ships followed the design of the Whitby Cats, which were built with flat bottoms to serve the alum trade. Their design made them highly suitable for exploration, for conferences and special occasions such as weddings. To the left is Whitby's Royal Crescent. It should have been a half-circle of Georgian-style dwellings to rival Bath. But unfortunately, George Hudson, the railway king, who was building them, was not a completely honest man. His business dealings were investigated, which forced him into hiding. The Crescent was never completed, and still stands today with only half its property. The next stop is for Panet Park, where you can alight for the excellent children's playground, the Panet Art Gallery, Whitby. This point is thought to have been the first landing place of the Saxons who settled here. During World War II, the bridge's arches were used as air raid shelters. In 1864, that a meeting took place between the Synod and opposing parties. At the meeting, many religious decisions were made, including the fixing of the date of Easter. In about AD 867, the abbey was ransacked and almost completely destroyed by Vikings. It wasn't until around 1070 that the Normans re-established a monastic community here. The remains that you can see mostly date from a later building, erected in about 1220. Like most monastic using stones from the abbey. It is now the home of Whitby Youth Hostel. A tea room is run behind the nearby Abbey Visitor Centre, which houses an interactive exhibition and where audio guides are available.
Oh, there's shopping out there. Brewery.
Rocks and sunk on the 30th of October 1940. Of the 229 on board, 146 survived, including the captain, all the nurses and Titanic survivor Mary Roberts. Most of the 83 that lost their lives in the